If your skin is starting to feel a little more dry, tight, or even more sensitive, you're not alone. Hi, my name is Dr. Jenny Liu. I'm a board certified dermatologist and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Now, it is very common for our skin barrier, skin health to take a toll with the changes of weather. As we head into fall and winter with cooler weather, more dry weather, that can definitely affect the quality of our skin. So today, I want to share with you an updated fall winter skincare routine that I always switch to with the changes of season to keep my skin healthier and hydrated all year round. So if that sounds good to you, keep watching. I would love it if you can give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to hit that notification button and subscribe to my channel. So I always say we should change our skincare like we change our clothes for the season. And it's not fancy, it's just some of the basic stuff to better support our skin barrier. With the cooler weather, we definitely see more flares of dry skin, eczema, psoriasis, even seborrheic dermatitis. And even though we're not maybe spending as much time outside, the UV still exists. That can still contribute to hyperpigmentation, skin aging. So it's still really important to be wearing sunscreen on a regular basis. And the changes of routine is not really super fancy. And often the biggest thing for me is just changing my moisturizer, going to a more creamy formulation that's more nourishing to better support the hydration of my skin barrier. Maybe using more of a creamy cleanser, something that's less foamy, so that way my skin still gets cleaned without feeling stripped. And then lastly, I want to just emphasize that all the actives that you use regularly can still be used and should still be used to get the benefit, but maybe it's thinking about the frequency of which you use them, or maybe changing up to a different formula so it's far less irritating. So those are just really the things that I suggest, and really what I do as the weather transitions into fall and winter. So starting with the morning routine, step one is I always cleanse my skin because I use heavier duty moisturizer the night before, and I like to use a creamier cleanser in the morning, especially for fall. The one I'm using right now is Face Reality Ultra Gentle Gel Cleanser. This is a creamy cleanser and it's a really nice product. If you're not familiar with Face Reality, they're actually a dispense only, so often found in esthetician offices, spas, that really are targeted towards acne-prone skin. But this one is really great because it's gentle, really keeps the skin barrier in mind. It's creamy, non-foamy. Afterwards, my skin feels refreshed but not dry or tight. So it's really suitable for those with more dry, sensitive, or even acne-prone skin that helps to cleanse and maintain a skin barrier, healthy skin barrier at the same time. Ingredient-wise, it contains a mushroom extract, licorice root extract, a green tea extract, and panthenol, all great ingredients that helps to support the skin barrier, keep the skin barrier hydrated, as well as antioxidants that just work really well as a first step in your morning routine. Afterwards, I go with my OG vitamin C serum, and that is the SkinCeuticals C. I use this all year round. Sometimes in the summertime, I may actually switch this one to the Silymarin CF or the Floritin CF. Those are a little bit more geared towards like oily skin, acne-prone skin, but definitely the C is one that I use all year round, especially during the cooler months. This is a great one. It's pricey, but it is really the best studied vitamin C serum. I don't even need to say more. I think you guys hear me talk about it so much, but vitamin C serum is one I still used throughout the year, definitely into fall and winter to keep my skin healthier, supporting collagen production, helping with hyperpigmentation. So a great product to incorporate if you have mature skin, looking for a good antioxidant product, or one that helps to brighten your skin and support collagen production. Key ingredients, it's 15% ascorbic acid, but 1% vitamin E, and 0.5% ferulic acid. So this is the first thing that goes on my skin after cleansing. And then lately, I've been trying a lot of serums, mostly in ampules. So ampules are really popular out of Asia, and I bought a ton when I went back to China in the summertime. And these are almost like single dose, or like used only 1 to 2 times. Often for me, I find a single dose is too much, so I split them up into morning and night. But these ampules are meant to be like really minimal ingredients because they only stay fresh for so long, ideally used within 24 to 48 hours after opening. And there are a lot of different kinds. I've actually talked about them quite often in my social media. I've bought ones with like PDRN, with collagen, they're brightening ones, but these are great, number one, for travel or for those that want active ingredients, less with ones that are formulated with less preservatives, great for sensitive skin. Not all of them are really environmentally friendly. I do feel like some of the brands are more conscious and use recyclable plastics, but certainly it is quite a bit of waste. But for me, it was just out of curiosity because these ampules are really one of the most popular type of products in Asia, in China. So right now I'm using a hydrating ampule from BioHylux, and it's the HA ampule. This is a brand that is really well known for hyaluronic acid, and they make hyaluronic acid products as well as injectables globally. So they definitely have wonderful formulation. This one's great because it's got multiple types of hyaluronic acid, so smaller ones and bigger ones that penetrate your skin for like long-lasting hydration and superficial plumping of the skin. That is non-sticky, layers nicely over my vitamin C or used alone, provides an instant plumpness and hydration. Like I said, that just doesn't cause pilling either. In addition to hyaluronic acid, it also contains panthenol that's soothing, panthenol and betaine that's soothing, helps to support the skin barrier. Lastly, before my moisturizer, I do go in with a 20% azelaic acid cream. Again, I bought in a Chinese pharmacy. 20% is not readily available in the US without a prescription. So this is where I really head up the pharmacies in China to buy things that are not readily accessible in the US. But this 20% is great for hyperpigmentation, for rosacea flares, for acne. So I mostly use it in my T-zone when I struggle with acne and post-acne marks. This particular one from the Chinese pharmacy is a creamy version. It's great, it's very gentle, and also safe to use during pregnancy. So after that, I go in with my moisturizer, and the one that I have switched to for the fall season is it's a new launch from Cetaphil, and I absolutely love it. It is the Skin Activator Hydrating and Firming Cream. They have a couple versions. They have one in a big jar, they have one in a pump, and then they have a smaller one for the face and neck. I'm really talking about the one for the face and neck because I do find of all the textures, even though the formulas are very similar, it's much creamier and more nourishing. And that is exactly what I love and need as we transition into fall and winter. But this is great. It's a nice creamy moisturizer, but it's not heavy or thick, and layers nicely under sunscreen. But it has a combination of this unique technology that is microdose mandelic acid and encapsulated centella. Centella, we know, not only is soothing, but actually it also has some skin rejuvenation benefits. So with these two combinations in the formulation, it's proven to really help with crepey skin, with fine lines and wrinkles. So really ideal for those that have more mature skin, wanting to firm up their skin. At the same time, looking for a moisturizer that's nourishing and beneficial for supporting the skin barrier at the same time. So that is what I've been using morning and actually at night. And so it's a great affordable moisturizer for those who are looking for a good anti-aging moisturizer, if you will. And then lastly, I go in with my sunscreen. And again, I've been playing around with lots of different ones, but the one I've really been loving is the one from Eucerin, the one that I actually got in Europe earlier this year, that is called Anti-Pigmentation SPF, or you may also find it's called Sun Pigmentation Control. That is maybe the version in the US, but it's actually kind of similar to the Radiant Tone line that basically contains thiamidol, and that's what it is. Thiamidol is a patented ingredient by Eucerin that helps to fight hyperpigmentation. This one I really love. Aside from the strong fragrance and the scent, I absolutely love the texture. It's very hydrating, it's creamy, gives you kind of this nice glow, at the same time helping with hyperpigmentation and strong protection. And of course, the European sunscreen does have great UV filters that we just don't have available in the US. But this is a great one if you are able to go to Europe at some point and check out the European pharmacies. This is one I highly recommend, especially if you are struggling with hyperpigmentation and melasma. All right, for PM, you guys know I love double cleansing. It is the best way for me to remove everything while still keeping my skin barrier healthy and not stripped. And so I've been loving the Shumir cleansing oil. I actually have talked about this before. It is a beautiful, elegant oil. Definitely worth the splurge, if you will. That really cleanses everything, helps you remove all the layers of sunscreen I apply during the day, my waterproof mascara and everything without stripping the skin. So it's a great first step of double cleansing. Or if you're just looking for a good cleanser or cleansing oil in particular, but worried about it either not working well or removing or leaving residue on your skin or breaking out, this one is one that you don't have to worry. Literally rinses out beautifully. It can be used as a standalone, just cleanser, or if you double cleanse, highly recommend it. I mean, it's just such a great product, and I think it's a popular one in Japan for a reason. It contains botanical oils and green tea extract to support your skin barrier and effectively cleanse at the same time. And then the second step routine, if you guys know me, you know I kind of do a modified double cleanse where I actually use a acne-based cleanser, mostly just on my T-zone because I am prone to that hormonal acne breakout. Traditionally, I use a benzoyl peroxide cleanser, but this time around, I've just been trying the Kate Somerville Eradicate 3% Sulfur, mostly just because it's always been on my radar to try, and there aren't that many sulfur-based cleansers out there, and so I wanted to give it a try, and so far it's been working well. So what I do is I just apply on my T-zone, and then I brush my teeth. So after that 2 minute is up, I rinse it off. This one does foam a little bit, which is why I just keep it in my T-zone. I don't use it all over, but certainly somebody who's more oily or acne prone, this could be a great all over product or just kind of spot treat to cleanse, if you will. It's still pretty gentle. I don't feel like my skin's super dry, but in general, acne cleansers, especially like sulfur and benzoyl peroxide, can be dry and irritating, especially the leave-on product, which is why my go-to is always the cleanser. Works fairly well and is far less irritating. So this one contains 3% sulfur as well as honey and rice bran extract and oat extract. So at least it has some calming and soothing ingredients to kind of offset the irritation that acne cleansers in general can bring on. Next up is my serum. So again, this is an area I've just been playing a lot around with a lot of different products, mostly testing out products for you guys, but also trying some of the purchases I've gotten in Asia over the summertime. So again, going between ampules, so PDR and ampules, I've gotten quite a few. One I'm using is from Jumia. It's a Chinese brand that makes quite a few different ampules, including ones for acne, collagen, and PDRN. I actually have shared quite a few on my social media like Instagram and TikTok. And then another brand I just recently started open up the box. It's called Cell Fusion C. It's a Korean brand, and I've talked about their sunscreen before, but it's actually a pretty expensive 28-day PDRN ampule. So each bottle is meant for 1 day, and for me, honestly, this is more like a 2 month supply because again, the bottles are just too much for me to use in one setting. So I actually use it like 2 days. But anyways, these are the products I've been using as my skin rejuvenating serum. So PDRN, these are derived from salmon DNA, are really what's popular in Korea. In injectable form, skincare, I think there's less evidence, but some preliminary data that it can help with skin rejuvenation, skin regeneration, improving elasticity, dullness, helping with just skin recovery. Some of these also contain centella and niacinamide that also kind of augment the benefits of just boosting skin health and skin rejuvenation. And so that's usually what I've been doing before my tretinoin. The other thing I've been trying is a peptide. I love peptides at night, especially before my retinoid. And the one I've been trying is one I got from China. It's called Kans, Kans. It's a beautiful red bottle that is actually a creamy lotion serum that contains multiple peptides and niacinamide that helps to, again, support the skin rejuvenation. Great for those that are struggling with fine lines, wrinkles, looking for a good peptide product that's safe to use during pregnancy for skin rejuvenation. So I've been kind of playing around with those, but these are kind of the one product. I don't use all three. I just pick one that I would put on before my topical retinoid. I still use my tretinoin during the winter time, but that's the thing, guys, is like I just dial down the dose or the frequency. So I usually use 0.05 tretinoin in the winter time. I go down to like a 0.025. For those who have super sensitive skin, this is where I mentioned earlier, I think it's still really important to use your active to continue to get those benefits, but could just be a matter of like dialing back on the frequency or changing the formulation. So if you have super sensitive skin, you can consider trying retinol, retinaldehyde, or just like I said, lessen the frequency of how much you use. So maybe instead of using it every single night, maybe only using it 5 times a week or 3 times a week, you can still get the benefits. But after my serum, I kind of dot all over my face and then rub in. Similarly, for exfoliants too, you could certainly change up the formulation. So if it's AHA, going with the lactic acid, mandelic acid, that still give you the skin brightening benefits, but far less irritating than glycolic, or just cutting back on the frequency is what I recommend. Like, so using it maybe once a week at most or every other week. But yeah, those are kind of my recommendations for kind of tips for how you can still continue with your actives, but not getting irritated by them. And then I go in after my tretinoin, I go in with my eye cream. Eye creams alone are not going to kind of solve all of your under eye issues, but I do find it really important if you have like dryness and dullness and dark circles in the under eye area to use an eye cream that can support the skin in that eye area. So I've been using the AGE complex from SkinCeuticals. It's actually one of my favorite eye creams. It's very rich and creamy, but doesn't kind of crease, doesn't cause your makeup to crease or anything like that. And I forgot to mention, this is actually one I do use in the morning as well, but just put it in the nighttime routine here. But yeah, I love it because it keeps my under eye hydrated and causes and kind of really makes my concealer glide on nicely. Helps to depuff, helps to improve fine lines and wrinkles, and really highly recommend for those with more mature skin struggling with crow's feet. It contains proxylane, active ingredient that helps with skin elasticity, blueberry extract, antioxidants, flavonoids that helps improving the antioxidant benefits of the skin, and help with has caffeine that also helps with puffiness, dark circles. So it's just a great, lovely texture that I think is suitable for those with more dry and mature skin. After my eye cream, I will go in with my lash serum. So this is the one that I've been talking about. Maybe I've talked about before, but definitely talk a ton about on my social media, on Instagram and TikTok, is the Sweet Lash Serum. So this is the one that does not contain prostaglandin analogs that has given me these long lashes that everybody keeps commenting on when they see me. So I've been using it for, oh my gosh, almost a year now. And it's great because it doesn't cause irritation. I just kind of swipe it along my lash line every night. It definitely took some time, like 3 months for me to see results, but definitely so worth it. It contains ingredients like peptides, biotin, pumpkin seed oil, and vegan keratin that really supports healthy lashes and kind of prolongs the growth phase, the anagen phase of your lashes, though, so that way you do get longer lashes longer. And then after that, I go in with my moisturizer. So using the same thing, the Cetaphil Skin Activator Moisturizer that I use for the morning. And then the last step of my routine I've been intentionally incorporating is a lip treatment. So lips, as I've turned 40, something I want to just focus on, kind of premature aging of the lips, so kind of preventing that. And so I usually go in with like a Vaseline petrolatum product. So this year I've been more intentional, so using lip-specific products with ingredients like peptides or antioxidants that kind of further boost lip repair and diminishing the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles. So the one I've been using is one that I got from China. It's a really popular product. It's called Peterson's Lab Anti-Wrinkle Lip Treatment. So this essentially is a lip ointment that contains additional ingredients of peptides, hyaluronic acid, and vitamin E that kind of boost the lip skin, helps lip repair at the same time in an ointment formulation that keeps the lip hydrated. So I've been really loving that. I've just been using it at nighttime in place of my petrolatum. Alright guys, so that is it for an updated fall routine. If you're like me, kind of combination dry, acne prone and sensitive, and really targeting kind of acne at the same time, skin aging, skin rejuvenation, I think this kind of lineup would work really well for you. It's pretty simple, but still incorporate ingredients that target those concerns. So let me know what you think. Let me know if you've tried any of these products, particularly the ones from Asia, because they're hard to get. And so curious to hear your thoughts. I will make sure to kind of find the links and put them in the description box because not all of them are readily found, obviously in stores, and then mostly just online vendors. But if you are going to Asia anytime soon, I'll make sure to put the name so you can shop in Asia more readily there. These products are best found actually in China online, believe it or not, because e-commerce is just huge in China. Anyways, love to hear what you think. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.